Hello to everyone. How are you doing today? Well, I saw a lot of hello from your side. So I would like to welcome you today afternoon at the second session of our special program that we have created together with Lennard that we have entitled, we have given the title, Create Comfort, Your Comfort at Work. So the last time we had the first session, and it was devoted to physical aspect of how to create your comfort. And today, Lennard is going to tell you how to discuss with you and to train a bit, how to be focused, how the focus is important for us, and defocus as well, using music and our imagination. So I would like Lennard to introduce the session more than I did, and would like to wish you excellent afternoon. Thank you for
Thank you, Maria. Okay, everyone. So welcome back, everyone. For those of us who were here yesterday, and welcome for those of us who are here for the first time. This is the second day of course, Create Your Comfort at Work, how to cope with a changing environment using our physicality, our power of concentration, and our supportive relationships towards ourselves and others, of course. It's all about us. It's all about our personal autonomy and our personal power. Don't forget, yesterday I spoke of, the day before yesterday, Monday, I spoke of your power being your ability to act. So it talks about your autonomy, your freedom of thought, and your ability to use your resourcefulness. You know, we have resources, and our resourcefulness comes from inside, and how we see things, how we see a particular problem, or how we see solutions to difficulties that we may face. We're here until 5:30, and after which we would have a question time, perhaps 10 or 15 minutes maximum. If you have any questions, Q&A after 5:30, from 5:30 onwards. Today, we're going to talk about our concentration, but more specifically about our focus. Focus is where we permit ourselves to spend our time and energy. Focus is where we permit ourselves to spend our time and our energy. So between the lines there is the assumption that we are in control. We permit ourselves to focus on things or certain things more than others. We're always sacrificing our time, always. And we'll never get that time back. We only have a limited amount of time on this earth. And where we focus clarifies and makes, how can I say this? Where we focus defines the quality of our lives. Where we focus defines the quality of our lives. We're going to experiment with this a little bit later. For those of us who were not here yesterday, the goals of these 4 sessions, yesterday was physical, today is mental, tomorrow is emotional, and Friday is spiritual. These 4 sessions are simply to practice and experience tips and tricks that can change your physicality, your mindset, your emotional balance, and your spiritual states while working, oh my God, and hopefully shape the way we think about our energy, our resilience, and our self-image. Yeah, self-image is very important. Perhaps we'll go into that on Friday, I believe. We are exploring, we are exploring and modifying our default pattern. I gave the analogy, I think 2 days ago, that, you know, we work with the latest technology. We work with systems and operating systems which are far more advanced than 5 years ago. Yeah, we're not working with Windows 97, no longer. It's a good system and it works still, but we don't use it because it doesn't give and receive information in a way that is relating to its environment of today. And the same thing with us. We need to update our operating system, the way we think, the way we see things, the way we feel, to what our needs are, what our essential needs are for today, and what we aspire to have for tomorrow. We need to do the same things with us. We do it with our mobile phones, we do it with our computers. Why not us? Again, create your comfort at work has nothing to do with comfort, has nothing to do with being comfortable. We are moving outside of our comfort zone. We are exploring, we're moving into this learning zone. We all had this before when we started our studies in university or in higher education. We had this when we first began to walk. Yeah, we had a painful experience for a length of time, of falling over and hitting our heads and causing pain, causing ourselves pain. We went through this learning curve, which was painful. And out of it, we were able to achieve something greater. And it's the same thing here. We are not looking for comfort. We're looking for a learning state of being. It's about inspiring ourselves to be curious, to be courageous, to cultivate within ourselves the best personal practices that need to be updated all the time. That about recognizing our own autonomy, our freedom, and our creativity and our playfulness. Yeah, believe it or not. So our autonomy is ours to exercise. We make the decisions, or we give up our decisions for others to make. That's our choice. Yeah? We permit ourselves to exercise our decisions or hand it over to a superior power, to a certain authority that we esteem is the right authority to hand over our power to. Underlying these training programs, these sessions, very short sessions, is the principle, the three-step principle. Whatever I do, I practice and cultivate over time. Anything I do, I practice and cultivate over time. And whatever I practice and cultivate over time, I get results. Positive and negative all the time. Positive and negative results. You always have the two sides of the coin, the shadow side and the side of the sun. Yeah. Now it's up to me. If I see that my results, because it's me involved, are more negative than positive, the burden of responsibility is mine to go back and see, okay, now what is it that I'm practicing that's giving me those results? Yeah. It is my responsibility, first and foremost, and first and last. I am the Alpha and Omega. So the saying goes. And that means, yes, effort. It means, yes, we have to perhaps fail a few times before we get it right. But it also means rewards. It also means, the ROI, the return on investment. Just like as if we're going to buy an apartment or a house or something, or buy some land, we are making an investment now and periodically every month, I guess, for something at the end of it, which is going to give us tremendous satisfaction, hopefully. Same thing with your body, the same thing with your mind, the same thing with your emotions, the same thing with your spirit as well. When I say spirituality, I don't mean necessarily religious. I mean your spirit, your enthusiasm, your wish, your desires, your decision. I see some people coming in right now. Okay, I'll let them in. Good. So let's move on. I'm excited about our session today. But before we dive in, what did you take away from the last session? Put that in the chat straight away. What did you take away? If you took away nothing, then write in, I took away nothing. But please, let's have some feedback. Windows 95, sorry, Windows 95. I thought it was 97. Maybe it was for the Mac. Okay, maybe it's my mistake. Well-being. Okay, what about well-being, Anne? What about your well-being? Or what about well-being in general? But let's make it more specific. Let's make it more personal. Yeah, because everyone is, we're all moving up the ladder in spurts and starts and small exercises. Okay, self-hug power. Wow, that's a great thing to practice now. Actually, love and care for yourself. Absolutely. Moving my body. Amy Cuddy's power poses. Great, fantastic. There's all kinds of power poses that you can use. But yeah, okay, power poses. It's the head of unit pose or the general director. Great. Yeah, Ikigai. Okay, absolutely. Excellent exercise, extremely helpful. I'm more mindful of paying attention to my physical state while teleworking. The exercises were really good. Okay, super. Frequent pauses to move my body while working. Super. Okay, great. So that's what we took away from the last session. We are sharing our insights and feelings, etc., etc. Let's start with a win today before we move into some movement. Let's start with a win. Now, listen to the question. What did not go so well today for you at work? Chat it in. What did not go so well for you at work? Put it in the chat. Be honest. Frequent pauses. Concentration. Okay, that did not go well. Or it did, that was you talking about the last question. Concentration as well. So the concentration was not so good. Okay. What about the concentration? Let's be more specific. If we're hunting elephants, let's do something perhaps more also concentrate. Okay, where do I start? Okay. My presentation was not as fluid as I wished. Okay, good. Distraction, very hard, very tired after my first day at the office. Okay, first day, congratulations. It should be something we should be celebrating, right? Or can be celebrating. Frustration with my Outlook. Yeah, we always blame it on the IT. Yeah? It seems very slow. Okay, maybe it is slow. Frustration with my internet connection. Okay, fine, good. Next question. What went well? What went well today? Chat it in. Call today 3 o'clock for high-level meeting, tomorrow 9 o'clock, prior notice. Okay. No stress. Okay. I imagined almost finished a document. Okay. Nice weather. Okay. Okay, what else? One good training. I watched a really good presentation by fellow colleagues. Great. Collaboration with my team. Fantastic. President's meeting with my secretariat team. Indeed, the weather is nice. Okay. Okay, now the third question. Which one of those questions was the easiest to answer? What was not going well or what was going well? Be honest. Where did you find, oh my God, there's so many things that didn't go well. I could just vomit the stuff out that didn't go well. Or was it easier for you? Both easy. Two, what was not going well? Thank you, Olivka. Both not going well. Easier the negative side. Most of us are mismatchers. Because we're detail-minded, we tend to see what's not going well first before seeing what's going well. This is the power of your focus. We as human beings in general are hardwired, programmed to be aware of danger, to seek danger first before seeking what's good. Yeah. It's part of our survival limbic brain, amygdalas that's going on there in the background. And we're more likely to look for danger, even the suggestion of danger, than to look for something which is good. And it's only through our prefrontal cortex that we can really make a great step and leap to find out, you know what, we are spiritual beings with an intellect in a human body, and then we can do better. We're not just animals trying to save ourselves and survival of the species. We're greater than that. Okay, so thank you for answering that. It's just information from you, to you, about you, and for you, okay? How's everyone feeling today? Give me a thumbs up. You use the chat or use the reaction button just to get some feedback, some flow going in here. We're going to go into some movement, okay? Okay. How are we? Tired? Okay, thanks for being honest. Petra, thumbs up. Helen, thumbs up. Okay. Agri Rula, thumbs up. Very good. Very good. Sorry for my pronunciation. Okay, but let's go for it now. Everyone stand up, please. Stand up, stand up. We are going to do the condor. Yeah. The condor. What is the condor, Leonard? Remember the condor? Stand up, Miriam. Stand up, please. Okay, yes. With grace. Shake your bodies out. Come on. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake off that stress. With a little smile on the face. That helps. Okay, now lift the arms and lower the arms. I'm going to inhale, lifting the arms. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Gracefully inhale, gracefully up. My arms are beside my ears. Yeah, exhale. See my arms? They're just a little bit behind me. I'm using my latissimus dorsalis, stretching it, which is the grand dorsal for those of us who speak French, the back muscles. Up and down. One last time. And open the arms, open the armpits, stretch up, and release with the breath. Thank you. Good. I'm going to invite everyone to turn on the cameras. Please turn on your cameras. Life is already, we live enough isolation. We live enough separation, everything is separated. That's yours, that's mine. Keep my space, keep your space. And community is very important. It's one of the basic human needs, the need for connection, the need for belonging. And when we're like this or like this, and our screens are off, we impoverish ourselves, or we feel like, we can't share. Sharing is good. Sharing is healthy. We might speak about this on Friday. My connection is slow. For those of us who have slow connections, who are perhaps on their mobile phones, I understand it's not very easy with Zoom. Okay, great. So we're all here. Now, one more time, let's do this exercise one more time before zooming forwards. Okay, everyone stand up, please. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Lift the arms. The eyes are on the horizon. So I'm not looking at my computer screen. I'm looking beyond my computer screen. Yeah. And I can close my eyes if I want to. I lift the arms. I breathe in and I breathe out. Right. One last time. And I'm imagining, I'm focusing on a positive sensation, a positive feeling, as if I'm flying. Wonderful. Okay. Come and sit down. Elvina has just entered the room. Wonderful. That'll be interesting now. The latecomers can come in and we give them a round of applause. Yay! Elvina. That's a team building thing that you can do, I guess, when you do your team building. Okay, great. So we did our condor. We used our imagination, as if we're gliding. It's a sensing, feeling thing. We have, of course, our logical thinking mind, but it's not just IQ. It's also EQ, emotional intelligence, but it's also spatial intelligence. It's also sensorial intelligence, our senses between the kinesthetic, the olfaction, which is the smell, auditive. We're using all our senses. And when we use all of our senses, we live a much richer life, believe it or not. What feelings did that give you? Write in the chat, just playing about with the condor. What feelings did it give you? So feelings more than thoughts. That's the question first. What feelings did it give me? Just doing that exercise. How did I feel? Write it in the chat. Let me have a look at the chat. I'm seeing this actually swimming away. Playful. Connection is very bad. Okay. Being alive. Okay. Being alive. Being alive more than re-energized. Okay. Calm. Awake. Okay, great. How could you, the second question, how can you take this sensation and transpose it into your work life? How can you take this sensation and transpose it into your work life? Like you would take your holidays and then come back to work and say, oh yeah, I had a great holiday, and you relive those holiday moments and those sensations, speaking to others, sharing with others face to face. How can you take this blueprint, this feeling that you have, and transpose it into your work? Food for thought. If you were to focus on that, you're going to get answers. You will always get answers. The more we focus on things, we'll get answers too. So let's move very quickly on to our day of focus and concentration. So hands up, who's able to focus well? Either virtually, you can put it in the reaction button. Hands up, who believes they can focus well? Come on, be. Okay, some people. Thank you, Helen. Okay, a little bit. Most of the time. Who can focus well most of the time? Okay. Who can focus well some of the time? Okay. And who can't focus well at all? Okay, some people. Okay, good. Right, so we have everyone involved. Okay, so let's play a little game, shall we? Now, do as I say. This is a focusing game. Do as I say. Raise one hand like this. Not like yesterday. Raise the other hand like this. Put the first hand on the chest. Put the second hand on the waist. Put the first hand on the chin. On the chin. On the chin. Oh, focusing. Wow. So now we can see what's happening. I'm playing about, where are you focusing? How do you focus? That's the question you can ask yourself. How do I focus? Do I focus visually? Do I focus with what I hear? I did say before, do as I say. So we can always, measure our focus by those little idiosyncrasies that we make of not paying attention to things. Here's another one. We did this last time. Perhaps you know it already. Put one hand like this. Okay. The other hand like this. This is called, by the way, unfold in 7. Unfold in 7. These are the clues, and it's a focusing exercise. Okay. So you're prepared, you're primed for this. You know how to do it, right? One hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Focus, focus, focus. 5, 5. Now be careful. The left thumb is over the right thumb. 6 is with my little finger here. 7. Where were you focusing? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the left thumb, get the get the left thumb over the right thumb. 6 with the fingers. 7. A little trick. I'll tell you the trick, the answer to the trick maybe later if we have time. Okay. So the idea is this. Write in the chat very quickly, where were you focusing? What were you focusing on? It's not always easy to know. Only when we make the mistakes do we realize, oh, my focus was not as focused as it should be. On my hands, visual, on what you said and did. Really? Did you get it right then, Christine? On my task after the training, on your hands. Okay. No, okay. What you said on your hands. Okay, good. That's a little trick. But let me show you a film. I'd like to show you a film. Can I show you a film? Give me a head nod or thumbs up or something. Okay, it's only like 2 minutes, I think, okay? About focus, and see if you can catch it. And this is just another teaser for you to understand it's elusive. To focus is a lifetime work. We can, actually to think is the hardest work you can do. To think is the hardest work you can do. And to think positively is also extremely difficult, knowing that we're hardwired to see negative things, okay? But let me show you the clip. I have it ready on, can everyone see the screen? Just give me a wave or something like that you can see the screen. I can't see, okay, good, you can see the screen, okay, good. And the volume is good, let me just check. Volume, okay. And I'm gonna take this off here. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
But I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out. Take her away.
That's right, madam.
It's just a matter of observation. The real question is, how observant were you?
Did you notice 21 changes?
Action. Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
But I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
Okay, so let's have some feedback in the chat. Did you see any of those changes? Did you notice any of those changes? what did you notice?
Wow.
Did you notice any of them? Not a single one. None. Nothing. Wow. What
No,
can we
I
learn?
noticed.
Yeah, you noticed something, Maria.
Yeah, they have
Oh.
changed a lot of things.
Yeah, but in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, of course.
Yeah, in the beginning, we didn't. I was not focused on that
Exactly. So what are we
because
learning?
I didn't ask you. Yeah,
Okay.
focused.
Okay. So the idea is, what are we learning from this little game that Leonard's playing with these exercises and stuff?
To the English, yes.
Wherever we focus, our energy goes. Our energy flows to anything we're focused and is taken away from everything else. Wherever you focus, your energy flows, and that thing that you're focused on grows. Wherever I focus, my energy flows to that thing, and that thing grows in importance for me. Okay? It's very important to sort of get to grips with this idea, because I think it's the key to knowing how to concentrate and focus on things in a better way. So write this down. Basically, let's see now. Before I give you the questions, maybe I should ask you this. Name one thing, or maybe, how can I do this now? Sorry, I'm just hesitating a little bit. Okay, let's go for the questions. What things do we habitually focus on that are outside of our control? What things do we habitually focus on that are outside of our control? Write that in the chat. What things do you habitually focus on that are outside of your control, meaning you have no control over it? The weather, of course, traffic, other people's moods. Oh, there's such a funny mood there. It's getting on my nerves. And you go on about it. The future, absolutely. No control over the future. We can influence the future, but what the future will bring, we don't know. The news, absolutely no control. The weather. Let's see if I can pull this up bigger because I can't really see everyone here. What other things think of you? What other people think of you? People's reactions, others' well-being. I'm so concerned about their well-being more than I am my own well-being. Reactions to what? Okay, reactions of others. Okay, other people's behaviors, other thoughts. What other things can we not control? There's one that is really looming over us all the time.
Politicians.
Politicians, of course. That's number one. Viruses, okay, death. Everyone's going to get it. Time. We can measure time. We can't control time. Disease. Well, we can do our best to fend ourselves away from disease by, fulfilling our.
But we can stop time. We can't stop time.
Can't stop time.
This is,
Yeah. But what? There's another thing. The past. We can't control the past. And don't we go on about the past? Oh my God, you see what happened? They said this and they did this, and now I'm there, and because of them, and other people we can't control. We focus on that. So what could we focus on that would empower us? Now write a list, 3 things that you can focus on from now on that empower you, meaning that it gives you energy, it makes you feel good. When we focus on things that are outside of our control, it causes stress. It causes physiological stress. It's something that we can have no action upon unless we're a shaman. We can't control it. But we can control things which are in our control. We can focus on things which are in our control. So write a list of 3 things now that if you were to focus on it on a regular basis, you would feel each time more and more empowered. Yeah, a list for yourself, and share one of the numbers on the list. Yeah, one of those things in the chat. Here we go, chat. Singing, concentration. Wow, my family. Okay, that would empower you. That makes you feel empowered. Yeah, maybe it is concentration. My family. Start and stop on time. Absolutely. Okay. Calmness status. Yeah, a state of calmness. What else if you were to focus on it? Maybe obsessively, it would really like be this this wonderful energy that you would have of openness and lightness. My physicality, my form. Okay, exercise, mindfulness. How lucky we are to live in Luxembourg or Brussels, or to have work for a European institution. Oh my God! Well, that's very empowering. Can be for certain people. Yeah. What else? Another thing that you can focus on that would empower you. What are we doing here? We're practicing gratitude. Where in French they say en broyant du bon. Huh? We really stir all the things that are good. All the things that are good. So at the table, perhaps tonight, if you share a table with someone or with a family, you can say, what was good that happened? And then you may even end up laughing because something funny might come up. I think I do good. Yeah, to be focused on positive things during the day. Absolutely. Make a note of it. Make a mental note. It's something that is, in French again, l'air de rien, as if it doesn't mean anything. It's valueless. It's worthless. It helps you. It binds your character, yeah, and makes you move towards someone who is caring, kind, positively focused, yeah. And you're moving out away from your reptilian and limbic brain into your neocortex. Okay, it's very, very important. As I mentioned before, we are hardwired to detect even the suggestion of danger. That's why we are all frightened with these whatever terrorist attacks or now the virus, and now how it's the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave, and we're not looking at how we can refine and use our integrity and our autonomy to make decisions that would help us in our lives, because we're living now, we're living today. We're not living in a year from now. And to depend on promises, for me at least, of society that says, well, later on you'll be able to move freely. I don't know. Has it ever been something has it ever been something that motivated me? No. I've always been thinking, well, let me do this now. What can I do now for myself? And I'm encouraging you to do the same thing. Okay, so to your answers, these are the questions I'd like you to answer, basically. Very quickly, write a list of 3 things that you habitually focus on that are outside of your control. Write a list of 3 things that you habitually focus on that are outside of your control. I can't control it. Yeah, 3 things, very quickly. Write that down very quickly. For each one, right next to it, how you feel. How you feel focusing on that. How do you feel? Does it give you good feelings, comfortable feelings, expansive feelings, contractive feelings? Does it make you feel happier, normal, more stagnant? Does it give you life? Does it give you energy, or the reverse? Okay, that's question number 2. Question number 3, what you've done already, write a list of 3 things that you can focus on that would empower you and make you feel greater. Okay. And then I'm going to put you into breakout rooms now. Okay, so we have 45 people, and I'm going to set them up. It's going to be 3 people per room. That makes it about 15. Just put 16 there. Okay, and we're going to take about, let's see, 9 minutes. Just say 10 minutes. And it takes about 30 seconds to go into the breakout rooms. Put your camera on. Please put your cameras on and discuss your answers with each other and see what you can learn from each other, okay? Please do this, put your cameras on, and you'll be in the breakout rooms in 30 seconds from now. And then you'll be called back automatically to come back into the big room and we can discuss further, okay? Okay, let's do this. See you then. Okay, Miriam, I'm going to move to 11. 13. And I'm going to move to Elvina. Zirf, can you hear me? Diana, can you hear me? Elvina, can you hear me? And Brynel, can you hear me too?
Hello, I
Hello.
can hear you.
Can.
Hey, hello.
How are you?
Sorry, I couldn't speak because the father of my daughter just picked her up. And so
Okay.
now I'm available.
Okay, I'm going to put you in one of the rooms, and so that you can discuss with other people the question that was. Let me put you in room number.
I'm in 7. I'm in 7. I see that you've put me in 7. But remind me what was the question, because I was preparing the food and I did not.
So the question is: name 3 things that you focus on regularly that you have no control over.
Oh, okay.
Name how it feels, and then name 3 things that you that give you energy, that make you feel lighter and that empower you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Normally
I
I put you in, and you should be off there very soon if the computer's working. I don't know if Zoom is working for me. We'll see. The same thing for Brynel and Elvina. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Elvina. Good evening.
Okay.
I'm sorry I joined late and I really can't kind of follow properly. So perhaps I just avoid going into.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, fair enough. Then
I'm
hang out
sorry
with
for
me.
that.
Okay, hang out with me, and then we'll see as time. We're going to do another exercise before closing anyway. But
Okay.
the idea is, yeah, I know sometimes we feel that we're not prepared. Take the plunge. Take the plunge. You know, it's just like doing anything for the first time. You're not sure. You don't want to sort of feel that you're doing something wrong. And at the same time, you know, we're all human beings and we all have feelings. We all have things that sort of mistakes. We all make mistakes. And it's important to just feel free to venture into this learning zone where you don't necessarily feel that you can control everything, but you're open to learning through experience. It's very important. Okay, but hang out here. Brunel, I guess, is there as well, but okay. He or she is on her break or his break. We're going to be closing the rooms in about 3 minutes. I'm going to put some music on so everyone can just feel at home. And then we'll be back for the last exercise. Let's see. Something that's going to be good for 3 minutes. How about this? Yeah.
Remember those walls I built? Baby, they were tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make up a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been a weekend. Every rule I had you breaking is the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray you won't fade away. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning through my darkest night. You're the only one that I want. Think I'm addicted to your light. I swore I'd never fall again, but this don't even feel like falling. Gravity can't forget to pull me back to the ground again. It's like I've been a weekend. Every rule I had you breaking, the risks that I'm taking. I'm never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can see your halo. Pray you won't fade away. I can feel your halo. I can see your halo. I can feel your halo. I can see your halo. I can feel your halo.
Wonderful. It's lovely to see so many faces. Thank you. collecting my daughter from the creche at 6 o'clock. Preparation.
It makes you focus.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we are back. How was that for you? I know for some people it was perhaps difficult connecting and arriving.
Yeah, it was very, yeah, we had, it was not very easy. And
Not an easy
I think that we
experience.
lost people.
Yeah. I know some people were hanging around in the main room and couldn't get to the group.
I don't know why this happened. I mean, this is we can't manage it. We can't manage it.
It seems that way. It seems that way. It's unfortunate. I guess if we had more time, we can have perhaps perfect things in a better way. But in spite of that, looking at the positive side of things, how was it for you? What did you learn? What did you share? Write it in the chat. So the 3 questions were, what 3 things do I focus on of which I don't have any control over? Second question, how does it make me feel? To focus on things that I have no control over. And then the third question, if there were 3 things that I could focus on that would empower me, that would make me feel in my spirit, in my energy, much greater than I am when I don't focus on them, what would they be? So I'm looking at the chat. Got to know a nice colleague and we discovered we had much in common. Hey, I had a lovely person in the room. Wow, so you see, I got a great smile and positive energy. Fantastic. We basically struggle with the same emotions. Okay, we're going to move into emotions a little bit tomorrow. First of all, interesting to exchange with other colleagues that I know, but sharing the same things, a nice moment. Don't we need more of this? And there you managed to, or I assume that you put on your cameras and you saw the faces. Hey, wow, you're here too. And then you have this wonderful connection already, because you've gone through 45 minutes already of getting together, of sharing things already. Nice thoughts. We have to acknowledge the negative feelings as well. Absolutely. I'm not saying don't acknowledge the negative things, but we as human beings we're programmed to focus more on the negative than the positive. We just have to turn on the TV and look at the news. It's sensational. Wow, so many people dead. Oh, they survived, but we don't know what's going to happen next. We are also very good storytellers. If it was presented in a boring way, we wouldn't pay any attention to it. And the idea of, well, these days, television anyway, so that they can draw people in, they can get their quotas. So that was information from you, to you, about you, and for you. I hope that was helpful. Now we're going to move quickly as we only have like 5 minutes left. I'd like to share with you another screen of music, and it's all about alpha waves. Perhaps some of you know about this already. We have 5 types of brain waves, and they have associated frequencies. So delta waves, theta waves, alpha waves, beta waves, and gamma waves. Excuse me. The brain produces specific frequencies called alpha waves when we are in a state of relaxation, of peace, of restfulness, when we are meditating, walking slowly, taking a stroll, when we're holding perhaps someone's hand and we're just peacefully walking, when we're in positive contemplation, when we're in a wonderful flow of prayer, perhaps. Right? And there's a way to induce these states. There's a way to put ourselves in these states so that we can defocus. We can move away from focusing and concentrating, because that's what we do in front of our computers. When we go for a walk, we see 3 dimensions and we see different things, and our eyes are moving, and it gives us relief. Yeah. So we do need to focus, but also not to focus is a recovery so that we can focus better. Yeah. Is it making sense for you, what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Yes, no? Okay, good. Okay, so alpha waves usually occur when we engage in activities such as daydreaming, meditating, practicing mindfulness, for example. And the research says that this type of brain wave may play a very important role for reducing symptoms of depression and improving creativity. So we're going to listen to this, and this is how we're going to end today. I'm going to show you my screen here. Okay, that's the Look Out for Cyclists one. Excuse me, I'm just going to find it now. Here we go. This one. And I do this. And I do it like this. Actually, just before I do, everyone can see me, I hope. Take time just to receive this music and just to receive it, to listen, to not do anything else, and just see what effect it has on you. Yeah, and we'll play this for about 3 minutes. Okay, how was that for you? Write that in the chat. One or two words. And be honest. It doesn't have to be positive. It doesn't have to be something on your honest feelings. Start from there. If it's not alpha waves, maybe it's Beta waves. Maybe it's something else. Soothing. Super relaxing. Okay. Very nice. Similar emotions. We have to acknowledge the negative things. Okay. Peace. Relaxing, like floating, ethereal. Music, soothing, super relaxing. My breathing slowed down and I used the exercises you gave yesterday. Yes. I was also doing this hug. I don't know if I told you that Virginia Satir, the American psychologist, mentioned that 4 hugs for survival. I think about 7 hugs for maintenance and 12 hugs for thriving in life. That's how many hugs we need per day. Too early for me to listen to music, maybe later in the day. Okay, fair enough. It's all good. It's all good. These scientifically, the research tells us that these alpha waves that our brain produces at times when we are meditating and relaxing. And if we want to not concentrate, if we're having trouble sleeping, if we have difficulty turning off from our monkey mind, continuing to feed us difficulties and problems, then this may be an interesting avenue to look into. Doesn't have to be alpha waves. It can be anything that you like. I mean, I have different kinds of music that I find soothing as well. It doesn't have to, can be something which is more lyrical, something where you have the voice of someone singing. All good stuff, in my opinion. Thank you for today. We're a little bit over time. We're gonna spend this time now for Q&A. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your contribution and your patience with technology. Perhaps one of these days we'll be able to do it face to face. Wouldn't that be good? And we can have a whole day, perhaps, trying out things, and I might bring in some other people to do some work with you as well. I mean, it's all good stuff. I think for myself, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy your presence and contribution. Have a good evening. For those of us who will be there tomorrow, we'll see each other at 4:30 tomorrow, where we go into our emotions, how to build supportive relationships with yourself and with others. Of course, how can you say relationships without saying the second word, empathy? And how do we strike empathy? How do we arrive at empathy? How do we practice that for ourselves and others? Take good care. See you tomorrow, perhaps. All the best. For those of us who wish to stay for 5 minutes, 10 minutes of questions, then we can. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lennard. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It was really great. Thank you all colleagues to be with us today. And I hope that we will meet tomorrow afternoon, and we will be working on emotion. So have a nice evening. And if you have any question, you can always send me an email, the suggestion, and we can also improve or create a new sales session for you. Have a nice evening. Bye.
So now we are on question time. This is the time that we try and dedicate afterwards. I can give about 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes for this. Then I have to rush to the creche. But if anyone has any questions, any comments, suggestions, anything that they have to get off their chest, anything that they have perhaps a difficulty with, and they want to throw it out there and see if perhaps the mastermind, because there's a few people here, we're 17 so far. Hanging around here. So speak your truth.
Lennard, I have a question.
Okay.
Could you just tell us, or to those who are still with us, the difference between feelings and emotions? Is there any? Well, it's not the same.
Feelings are more like sensations. Yeah. Feelings are sensations. There's sensory perceptions. Those are feelings.
Yeah.
You feel something, like you can feel a touch. You can feel your abdomen moving in and out with your breath. You can feel your feet on the ground, for example. Those are feelings. You can also feel sad, which is an emotion, which is a consequence of sensations. You make emotions are what we
perception.
We deduce meaning to what we're feeling. So I have, for example, I would perhaps walk and fall over, and I would fall over and I would have pain. That's a sensation. But then the emotions is what comes afterwards. Maybe I feel embarrassed. Maybe I feel like, oh my God, aren't I so stupid? I'll have anger against myself, or frustration that someone could leave whatever it was on the floor and have me trip over it, or how the society leave the cobblestones are not regular. And so I could have all these emotions afterwards. So emotions are something that happens after our interpretation. Feelings are something that happens before. It's our first contact with a sensation. Those are the feelings that we have. Yeah. They're not necessarily logical. We don't think feelings. You receive feelings. You experience feelings, and then the emotions you experience afterwards. Once your mind has made itself up, so this is a bad feeling. Categorize it, react to it, and that's the reaction. You have that emotion. Yeah.
So you can work on your emotion.
One can work on one's emotion, absolutely, by the way.
But not on your feelings.
Feelings are important.
Yes.
Feelings are things that we receive, we sense. If we didn't have our bodies, we wouldn't have this sensory perception of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't be on this plane of interaction. We'll be on perhaps a more ethereal plane of interaction. But we're here to sense and feel things. In massage, they say that everything is sensation. Everything is sensation. It's just a sensory perception. And that's all it is. That's all it is. It doesn't mean anything. The meaning that we put to it comes from our education and our background, and the emotions that should come from that are also expressed from what we know already, what we've been exposed to. We've looked at our parents and seen how they react, and we've taken on those attributes.
So if you're angry, for example, or sad, and you are listening to the music, or you are doing something, this is you receive the good sensation, and you can
as an adult.
The interaction between, the dependence between the feelings and emotion is not always clear.
No.
For all people. So
No.
that's why I asked this question.
Yeah, it's not always clear, and it takes perhaps it takes Lennard a little bit longer to define as well. But we experience things, and from this experience, we have a sensation. And that sensation goes to our brain, and the brain says, good or bad, safe, unsafe, comfortable, uncomfortable. And from that, we have an emotion that emerges. And that emotion is the emotions that we have, a catalog of, a history of doing, of being. Sometimes people remain in a certain emotion, like frustrated. People can be perhaps always frustrated, or most of the time frustrated. And so they've been triggered by certain sensations, by something that happens in the environment, something they see, something they experience. And the emotion that comes out is frustration. And for another person, it can be laughter. It can be perhaps sadness. Perhaps it's a more empathy. And so they would experience those emotions. Yeah. So emotions are definitely what we've learned to do. Emotions are something that we've learned to behave in certain patterns. Yeah. Sensations, feelings are things that are primal. Like a baby can have sensations and feelings that they can't understand, and they create meaning. Babies are perhaps the best example. They put meaning to whatever they find. Even if it doesn't make sense, they try and make sense to it, and they fabricate something in their mind. And that's how we do it too.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was really interesting to have your
good.
Your point of view.
Are there any other questions now that we are here? I have a few minutes left. Any other points of view? Any other opinions, suggestions, critics even?
I have one. Just I put on my video.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask you, Lennard, that do you have a magic formula to empower yourself that we were talking about in the beginning? Because I find it really hard to, if something happens, something bad to me, really to say to myself that I'm not thinking of it. And I'm trying to, even if I try to concentrate on the holiday moments, it's just not working, you know, like I find it a bit artificial, like I'm...
Yeah, of course. I understand.
I'm trying to now thinking with these sensory things that to trick my mind, like lighting a candle,
Absolutely.
whatever.
Absolutely. You have
maybe you have something.
I don't look. Everyone has their own approach. Everyone has their own affinities. Everyone has their own flavor, their taste. But it's exactly that, Andrea. You have to trick your mind. You must not internalize difficult, bad things. You cannot internalize it. That's the rule number one for me. Do not internalize it. I may give a training and it may have very bad reviews. I cannot internalize that. I cannot make that, make myself responsible for what went wrong, in a sense, yeah? I have to look at it and I have to say, what can I do to make this better for me and for everyone involved, yeah? If I internalize it, then it stops me in my tracks. If I internalize it, then I'm at fault. I'm the bad person. Yeah. And that's not, I believe, a very good strategy. A better strategy is to say, this has happened. It's part of life. And let me take what's good out of it. And let me push the rest to one side and let me move on. There are many people who have made mistakes in their life. And there's many people who have failed before succeeding. Lots of autobiographies you can read. Lots of, there's lots of things that have been upsetting for people, and yet they've gone on. Yeah, you just have to look at athletes or, spokespeople or famous celebrities. All kinds of strife and trouble they've had in their lives, and yet still they're there and they're present and they're communicating. So for me, I use this as an inspiration. Yeah, don't internalize it. See it for what it is, from different angles, different points of view. Take what's good from it. That means you have to see what's good. And then move on. Yeah. It's like as if you were to eat something which didn't taste very well, gave you an upset stomach. Drink some water, sleep it off, go to the toilet the next day, get on with your life. What other ways? That's the formula. That's the formula. I mean, you can look at it in different ways. There's no one pill that, this idea that you go to the doctor, they give you a pill. You don't need to change anything about what you think, what you do, how you behave. You take that pill and you're better. That's an illusion. That's fantasy. That's Disney. Real life is real life. It's ups and downs. It's shadow sides and bright sides. It's both sides of the mountain. It's horror stories and it's stories of joy, enthusiasm, and expansion. It's all of that, and you embrace all of it. You embrace all of it, and you transform all of it. That's our power. We can transform difficult moments through time, perhaps for some people longer than others, but we can transform it. And you have to believe this. It starts with belief. If you don't believe it, then you won't see it. That saying, I'll see it when I believe it, it's the reverse. I believe it first and then I'll see it. I believe it's possible. Otherwise, there would be no European Union. If people didn't believe that it could be possible. After so many people, millions of people dead. Oh, no, forget it. Throw it in the bin. Let's just do something else. No, we're still here. We're still here doing something. There's a value there. Is a belief. A belief is something that we think is true. So you always believe, we're always believing. Huh? We either believe it's possible or it's not possible. We always have faith. We have faith that something's going to change, or we're going to change something, or we have faith that it won't change, but we have faith in that. Yeah. So whatever it's there, we always have this faith. Faith is always present, just like sacrifice. We're always sacrificing our time and our energy and our efforts, always. But now we have the choice, where can we sacrifice it? On the positive things or on the negative things? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Don't look for a miracle. The miracle is there in your sternum. That's the miracle. Look there first.
It's just something happened, like an illness, for instance, not to me, but to a family member. And, you know, it's difficult to find the positive in that and turning to this way that you are saying, but yeah, and not to think about it. What could I do about it? And I know I cannot do anything.
Don't internalize it. Don't internalize it. Everyone has their own journey in life.
Yeah.
And if, for example, I was afraid of death, then in my life, underlining everything I do in my life, I'll be trying to protect myself from death. But if I'm embracing life, if I'm embracing my time on this earth, which is a limited time, I don't have a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time left. But if I'm embracing the moments of my life, well, then I'm moving with the flow of life, in my opinion. I'm not moving against life. I'm not trying to preserve something that cannot be preserved. It can be, I can preserve it up to a certain point. But in 50 years from now, I won't be here. I won't be here. And that's okay. That's okay. So where am I focusing? I'm focusing on what I can do, how I can contribute to life, not prevent death, contribute to life. And so my focus is changing. It's pivoting, and I'm moving in a direction which gives me energy. Wow. What are you doing, Lennard? I'm contributing to life, contributing to life. I'm protecting myself against death. Well, that's, you're going to lose. It's a losing battle. How do you help people on their way out? Perhaps is a question. How can you comfort them? How can you learn from them? Maybe they have something to say to get off their chest. The soins palliatifs, that's very good. I did the course many years ago on that, how to accompany people to their.
It's very hard.
It is, but you need to be a sacred witness. You need to be a sacred witness, and you need to be there because your presence helps. Your presence is very important. Not to run away because you can't handle it, or if you can't, then run away, of course. But I mean, be there and see them and recognize who they are as people, as spirits, as souls. It's very rewarding, I think.
It's very rewarding. That's true. So,
okay,
you have to go.
Thank you
for your contribution. Thank you for your contribution, Lennard.
Okay,
it's very, very, very appreciated by all of us. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice evening.
Have a nice evening.
And those who are still with us, I would like to really thank, and to see you tomorrow.